Destin is not all about the beaches, although that is a pretty big portion of it. There's also the other side of the water, the bay. And in today's video, we're going to be showing you some of the bayfront neighborhoods that are in Destin, Florida, in case you decide you want to move down here. Let's get into it. What is going on? It is Andrew and
AJ
with the Emerald Group right here on the beautiful Emerald Coast. Listen, we're doing videos everywhere from Pensacola to Panama City Beach and everything in between. I know today's is about Destin, but we're doing all those other areas as well. So to make sure that you're not missing out on any of those areas, make sure you hit that subscribe button and then poke that little bell so that you'll be notified every single time we do a new video.
We've been getting calls, texts, emails, Facebook messages, and folks meeting us like out in the town, which is awesome, and we love it. We absolutely love hearing from you guys. So if you have any questions about these areas of coverage, or you just want to tell us how great we are, because I think we're kind of great, go ahead and use all of our contact information that's on the screen, whichever way you prefer, and get in contact with us. We can't wait to hear from you.
All right, bayfront properties. We could sit here and talk to you about them here in the studio, or we could just go show you. So let's get right into it.
Oh, that's us driving around to show you.
Was that what that was? Yeah.
One of the greatest benefits, I think, of living on the bay in Destin is just the close proximity to the multiple boat launches. You know, you've got Joe's Bayou, and then you've also got that one over there by McGuire's Irish Pub. What's that one called? By Dewey Destin's. I think it's just called the Destin Marina. It's like right over here.
Oh, yeah, just north of 98, right when you cross over the bridge.
Yeah. And then you've also got Legendary Marina over there by the 293 bridge. So wherever you are on the bay, you're super close to a boat launch to just get right there in the water, which isn't that the point of living close to the bay?
Yeah, absolutely. And for those of those folks that are looking to live on the bay, it's even easier because a lot of them obviously have docks. Some of them are going to be deep water, some are going to be a little bit more shallow. So make sure that if you are looking at bayfront property out in this area, that you know what type of water or what type of boat you want to get, because that is going to make a really big difference. It's hard to put a yacht in the water if it's only 3 feet deep.
Something else to consider when we're talking about like measurements and what have you, measurements in finances. Being that you're on the bay in Destin, you're not going to have so many rowdy neighbors necessarily, because you're not going to have any short-term rentals, since Destin is essentially outlawed any type of short-term rentals north of 98 to keep that area, good for locals.
So the entire portion of Destin that we're driving through, this kind of north main Destin portion, right before you get into some of the bigger suburbs, is going to be more of like a grid style neighborhood all throughout. So we're seeing the outskirts of it here as we're kind of driving around. That's, as you see the bay off to the north side. But if you were to go down any of these other streets, it's all kind of like a grid. So it makes it very easy for commuting in and out, especially if you're living here. And so it makes commuting back to your house, especially if you live in this area, fairly easy, especially during times where there are a lot of tourists in town, which is, as you guys know, Destin is a very big tourist area. So it does get fairly packed. But luckily, with the way that it is built out here, it's very easy to get in and out and go wherever you need to go. And then even better, you don't just have one option to get onto the main road where it might take you another 20 minutes to get halfway through town. You can actually go through this portion of Destin to skip a big portion of that line. In fact, a lot of us locals, it's kind of our standard whenever it comes in. We come over the bridge, we immediately go left by McGuire's, and then we head up some of the back roads, and there's like 2 or 3 different main options there. And then from there, you can kind of get creative if more people are following suit as well. And for those of you that are a little bit more on the fancy side, you like flying privately, there is a Destin airport out here. It's a very small airport. You're not going to get a lot of noise from it, but do keep in mind that there is an airport in town, so you will get noise from time to time if you're living in this area. But for the most part, it is private charters, as far as I'm aware. I've never actually flown out of it myself, but could be a good option for you if that's how you like to fly.
In the Destin area, you can expect for, just a typical 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house to run you anywhere from $425 up to, if it's just a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, maybe up to $2.2 million. So there's definitely some wiggle room there. If you're going to be directly on the bay though, then you're looking at about $1.4 million all the way up to $15 million. I really want to tour the one at the high end and see what does $15 million get you in Destin.
Now this is right on the bay. This is not Gulf front, obviously, because everything we're talking about is the bay. So keep that in mind. I would also like to see what the 15 million looks like. They are building one. We passed by a little bit earlier. It's kind of hard to see in the video, but we passed by one that's new construction that's being built. It is huge and absolutely gorgeous. Looks like there's 2 different buildings on property, maybe even 3. Kind of looks like a 3 or 4 car garage plus a mother-in-law suite on top of the big, beautiful concrete style, like that newer style look. Very, very beautiful. But yeah, I'd like to see the inside of that one when it's done. Now, being in this part of town, it's actually really awesome because everything you need is in this area. You don't really need to cross over by the 393 bridge over to the Destin Commons unless you want to. You've got all your shopping. You've got plenty of restaurants here. And then, of course, you've got the nightlife on the south side of 98. You can take a quick Uber to, or if you're south enough, you could actually just walk to it. It's very crossroad friendly and pedestrian friendly out here in Destin. Lots of little areas for you to cross over to. So if you wanted to go see the nightlife, go down there, do to the harbor, walk in that area, you've got that choice.
Definitely go to Bric-a-Brac and try their food because it's amazing, and then go upstairs and dance to salsa and bachata because it's also amazing. Friday nights. That's the main reason to live in Destin, is for Bric-a-Brac.
You heard it here first. The reason why everybody moves to Bric-a-Brac to Destin is for Bric-a-Brac.
Well, that was an adventure. Can't wait to see you guys in the next one.
See ya.